Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
KK Crochet.
And today is kind of a, I don't know, it's a catch-all video of a little bit of everything and some odd things that have happened to us along the way as we were trying to navigate the crochet the last month or so. It's just really, really odd how things come about. So the first thing that happened is I got a message from somebody and I wasn't sure who it was. You know how you get those text messages? And we're all on high alert because we never know anymore, right, where it's coming from. It turned out to be a friend that I didn't have her phone number listed in my thing, but because we usually talk on Facebook, and she wanted to know if I could help her, and so she sent me this. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So this is, it's like an advent calendar, but it has all the letters of the alphabet, so I guess maybe it's more like just for kids to play with. And so in each pocket, if you're a teacher, you'll understand this, it's like a calendar where each pocket has something that goes along with the letter. And she wanted to know if I could make her something for the O pocket. She said whatever in transit or whatever over the past year, she had lost the letter O. And so she said she thought it was an orange. She said she didn't care what it was as long as I made her something. And it needed to be about an inch by an inch and a half, no bigger than that. So what I did is I took the photo and I reverse searched it on Google. And I found the original. And when I found the original, because if you can see here, you can see her O is missing. So when I found the original, I went and I looked it up. And I found out what the original looked like. And the original was actually an ornament, not an orange. And it looked kind of something like this. Okay, so it is like, it had holly leaves where the green is and then just a gold dot in the middle. And so I had to make it tiny. So I just made her something really small to put back in there that looks like it's my rendition of what an ornament would be that looks like that one. I wanted it to be as close to the real thing if I could. I really wish it could have been bigger because you all know I don't crochet tiny stuff. So it is what it is. I did the best I could, but she was happy, I think, with it, and it is her little ornament to stick back in the pocket of her calendar. So then my daughter-in-law asked me to make chickens for her birthday, which I was okay with doing. Granny square chickens, precisely. And I thought, okay, I can do that. I think I've made like one. Wasn't super enthralled with it, but whatever. I can do it. Then she sent back and she said, can you make it a frog instead? Because she likes frogs. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. Thinking I would go to YouTube or Google and somebody would have adapted one of those chickens to be a frog. Crickets. I couldn't find it. They may have done it on Ravelry or somewhere or on Etsy. I don't know. I did not look because I was trying to get it done. So I just did it. I did whatever. So I took the chicken pattern. You've all seen the granny square chickens, right? Where you take two granny squares and you sew them together and you put the little attachments on that look like the chicken and you make a chicken granny square. So I did that, but I did it with a frog. I'm trying to... Well... difficulty here. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. There's the frog. That's the chicken frog. Let me see if I've got another. Yeah, here he is. There you go. There's the frog. So it's the two granny squares, and then the extra part for the legs, I wasn't sure how I was going to do. So I made the two granny squares. I used different colors of green to make the granny squares. And then, let me see if I can find, I will put down below the link to the frog amigurumi that I used to make the legs. When I did it, I did not do it exactly as they did it. I went up to 96 stitches in the round on the frog legs. And then, trying to think. I went up to 96 stitches on the frog legs. I think they went up to 100 and I forget how many. But I just went ahead and cut them off. And then when it came to the toes, I did it differently too. Let me see what I did. I wrote it down. So I went up to 96 stitches on the legs. which was 8 rounds of 12 instead of 12. I did 6 single crochets and 3 single crochets for the decrease on the next round. And then I did 3 single crochet decreases again and slip stitched across. And then chain 1 and single crocheted back across. And then chain 1 and turn and slip stitched in the first stitch and chained up 4. And then came back into the second stitch from the hook and single crocheted. And then slip stitched back down to the bottom. And then slip stitched over into the next stitch. And chained up 6 and did the same thing. Single crocheted back in the second chain from the hook and slip stitched down. Slip stitched over into the next and chained up 4 and did the same thing back down. And I did that so that you can make the little toes of the frog. And because I did not want to do what was in the pattern. And I had done that a lot before, the slip stitch stuff, when I did amigurumis that were no sew, and I liked the way that that worked out. So let me see real quick here if this is what I did, so I can tell you. Hold on. Yeah. So the frog pattern that I used was from the amigurumi.com, and I just modified the legs there. So you can use those legs, or you can modify them however you wish. I just wanted to do it a little different, and actually their amigurumi is super stinking cute. Let me see if I can. Isn't he adorable?
So cute.
I love him. So I just modified the legs and did them the way that I wanted to do them. So, you know, sometimes you just have to invent it and do it the way that you want to do it, that you're comfortable with. Now, I did only make one, and he did turn out fairly large for what I thought. I mean, the amigurumi, the granny squares together, I just thought it would be smaller. The chickens look smaller, but of course he had legs. So by the time she got him, he was about this big around when you're holding legs and all. He stood like that. So, and she was very pleased with him. And then, let's see what else. Oh, there's one other thing. The things that happen when you're not looking. So we did a Kroger pickup order, and we got pasta sauce. And they put the pasta sauce, because it's glass jars, in a bag. In a very particular kind of bag. So, this kind of bag. So, it has the little slots. And do you all know, I'm sure you have the same thought I do. What could you put in there as a crocheter? We pay good money for bags that look like this, that probably aren't much more sturdy than this. I know this is one of those recyclable bags that we use. I have several I use for project bags. We get them at Joann's and everywhere else. Made out of the same kind of material. And yes, they do wear out. But oh my goodness, if you're doing a project and you have 6 different colors.
That's perfect.
And we now have 2 of them. So Kristen has one and I have one. And I'd never had seen them do that before. You know, whatever. I think that's a great thing. Now, I will say that, you know, depending on, okay, it says spot clean, do not machine wash. So, yeah. I mean, it's not totally sturdy, like, you know, it's those bags.
It'd be good for, like, if you have a doctor's appointment, you're going somewhere, you got to sit a little while, and you need your yarn. It'd be good to throw them in there, and the hooks inside.
It does have at the top this Velcro-like thing where you can Velcro the handles together, too.
Yeah.
And the handles are cloth and not the plastic stuff.
It'd be good just for grabbing and going somewhere real quick.
I don't know if I'm taking that to the doctor's office, though. Because, no. But around the house, I'm going to use it. I mean, you know, you do you, boo. Whatever. But, you know, whatever. But I like the bag as far as, you know, around the house I can put my stuff in there and throw and go. Now, it probably won't last very long. But it was free. Well, considering the cost of groceries, maybe it wasn't free. Whatever. But I really do, I like the idea of having something like that. If they can do that when you buy pasta sauce, goodness gracious. I mean, I had never received those and that was from Kroger. Mm-hmm. But I have received other bags from Kroger that are very much like that without the dividers that you can use for project bags. So just a heads up, if you do pickup orders at your local Kroger or your other grocery stores, I've seen some other ones use that. Check those bags out when they come in to see if they make good project bags. I mean, you could take the insides out of that one and make a small carry-along project bag if you wanted to. And I really liked it. I like it a lot. And you could I'm thinking about when you do graph gams, you could stick that down in there and pull it up and, you know.
Or when you're doing your C2C color block blankets.
Yeah. So you could pull that up and have your yarn in there, and when you got ready to change, you could just flip it around. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for today. It's kind of a mishmash of odd things that happened along the way. I will say I did need to share a couple other things real quick while I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I ever shared this picture. This was sent to us by Elaine, and we had made some ornaments around Christmas time, and she sent the pictures of the ones she made, and I thought those are beautiful. I'm not sure if I shared it before.
Those are really pretty.
I like that she made a big one and a small one, and I'm not sure if I shared it before. So Elaine, if I didn't share it before, I'm sorry, and I wanted to make sure I did share it so everybody could see your work. And that's all we have today. So don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.
Bye.